The Sims 3 is still an iconic Sims game and way ahead of its time in my book. Released back in 2009, it already has seamless open world, so no loading screens between lots, and an insane level of detail. So if you're tired of the limitedness of The Sims 4 where you have to sit through a loading screen just to visit your next door neighbor in the same street, you may be interested in trying out this prequel. And that's not all, The Sims 3 has many exciting features that players may not know, some of which may actually be mind-blowing to you. Hello everyone, this is Abi aka onlyabidoang. Yes, I started using facecam since 29 videos ago, and today I'm gonna be showing you 40 cool features you may have missed in The Sims 3 for PC that still feel unreal even today. Alright, without further ado, let's check out these features. If you have high gardening skill, around level 8 or so, your sim may get a phone call offering you these 3 series of opportunities. After you've completed all of them in order, you'll be rewarded with this Omni plant seed. You can also order more from the mailbox after this. Once you've planted it until maturity, you can feed the plant with almost any objects you want from your inventory to duplicate them as its fruit. From other harvestables, fishes, food ingredients, books, small household objects, toys, and some others. And by the way, no, cars aren't an option here, unfortunately. Sims with the evil trait can steal a lollipop from babies and toddlers, making them cry afterwards. If a sim has a very low social need but they live all alone, they may autonomously choose to talk to random objects in the house to increase their social need. Yeah, such a silly yet sad sight. With the Supernatural pack, a skilled witch can magically upgrade objects, but if you upgrade a wardrobe, it actually becomes a portal to another dimension. Your sims can enter it and go on an adventure Narnia style, and depending on your sim's skills and the choices you make in the text box pop-ups, you can even get better rewards at the end. With the ambition spec, sims with a certain level in the inventing skill can invent a drill miner, which can be used to dig holes and mine minerals. If you dig a hole until it's empty in 2 or more different locations and then name each hole, they can act as tunnels for fast traveling, although it takes some time for your sims to emerge at the surface. Additionally, if you drill a hole near the police station until it's empty and then remove the drill, several criminals will pop out of the hole and thank you for helping them break out of jail. You can then visit the criminal warehouse to claim a cash reward as a thanks. Still with the ambition spec, if your sim is working as a private investigator and has the evil trait, they can click on any bugs on the ground and outright burn them with their trusty magnifying glass. Pretty evil if you ask me. Also with the ambition spec, sims who work in the medicine career may encounter sims having medical emergencies on community lots even when they're off duty. They can choose to give them a medical attention and treat them right away, which improves your career performance. You can also build a time machine with the inventing skill to travel to the past or the future, but if you use it to try for baby, you might get a result you don't expect. Try for baby in the past, and a few days later, a teen or young adult sim in historical clothing may appear, claiming to be your child. Do the same in the future, and an elder sim in a futuristic outfit can emerge instead. In both cases, they are officially added as your child in the family tree. They will also join your household immediately. With the Island Paradise pack, if your sim is on any type of boat in a world with deep oceans like Isla Paradiso, you may encounter a huge kraken swimming beneath your boat. And if you're really unlucky and stay there for too long, the kraken can actually emerge, attack your watercraft, and drag it underwater. Don't worry, this won't kill your sims, but it does destroy your boat and traumatize them. Additionally, with the Friend of the Kraken reward trait purchased, you will never be attacked by a kraken and can even order it to attack other boats on command. Still with Island Paradise, when your sim dives at an advanced diving spot, they may encounter sharks. You can choose to watch them swim around, but this increases the chance of an attack. Carrying fish or meat in your inventory also makes an attack more likely. If a shark attacks you, there's a chance to win the fight depending on your skills, rewarding you with a valuable shark tooth. But if you lose, you'll lose a lot of oxygen. And if a shark attacks you again while in this state, it can outright kill your sim, leaving behind a disturbing sight of bone remains sinking to the ocean floor. Oh yeah, and the Grim Reaper even shows up underwater, wielding a trident instead of his usual scythe. In this game, playable ghost sims can actually have an offspring. And if a playable ghost tries for a baby with a living sim, there's a 50-50 chance that the baby will either become a living or a ghost baby. Yes, ghost babies are real here. They will also inherit the ghost parents' ghost color depending on their cause of death. When reading a newspaper, besides random articles, you'll also be notified about different life events currently happening in your neighborhood, like someone having a baby, weddings, or Sims moving out. The unlucky trait might seem like a trait you'd never want to use, but if a sim with this trait dies in an accident, the Grim Reaper may actually find their constant misfortune quite amusing and decide not to take their soul this time. And there's no limit to this, so they can die over and over and over again and still be revived by Grim, as long as it's not from old age. With the Seasons pack, when the weather outside is freezing enough, ponds will freeze and Sims can choose to ice skate on it. They can also walk on it slowly, but they may slip. This also applies to huge bodies of water in the neighborhood where many Sims can ice skate on it together. Still with Seasons, if you befriend an alien that happens to be hanging around and have them move in with you, you'll gain access to their spacecraft. It acts like a car that immediately teleports to the destination, which is pretty useful. You can also use it to prank other Sims by abducting them, and also brew up a thunderstorm. When upgraded, you can either use it to explore the outer space, which is all notification based, or to start an invasion on a community lot and cause chaos with the installed laser cannon. When an alien becomes playable, you can visit the military base as them and sell alien secrets to the officials, rewarding you with some cash at the cost of your dignity. You can also get a part-time career as an alien test subject in the science lab, or steal some space rocks at night for you to sell or consume. If you pre-ordered the Supernatural expansion pack and got the limited edition, you also receive Plant vs Zombies content in The Sims 3, including a functional pea shooter. You can play catch with it, or attack it, which temporarily turns your sim into a zombie. If the pea shooter wins, you'll pass out and turns back into a human. But if you win, your sim eats the pea shooter and you'll stay as a zombie for a while. It's especially useful during a full moon when zombies roam everywhere, since it can help protect your home. And because you cannot pre-order the pack anymore, there's no official way to get this content now, unless you use another method, if you know what I mean. Check out this video's description. Still with Supernatural, there's a special object you can unlock called the Philosopher's Stone. You can obtain it by completing a special opportunity after mastering the alchemy skill, or by buying it from the Lifetime Reward store for 40,000 points. Its main function is to transmute small objects placed on it into gold ingots with magic. You can also bind any deceased sim to it, instantly turning them into a playable ghost. But here's the terrifying part. If you try to transmute something that's too cheap, there's a high chance the stone will target your sim instead, turning your sim into a golden statue, doing a panic pose and killing them. However, sims with the unlucky trait, which makes them immune to accidental death, can exploit this infinitely, turning it into a money printing machine since each golden statue is worth a lot. If you have both Supernatural and Seasons expansion pack, a weather stone will spawn somewhere in your world where you first start a save. This object can be activated by different occults to trigger unique weather events. Fairies can trigger Reviving Sprinkle, which rains flower petals that revive dead plants. Witches can trigger the Bewitched Rain, a green rain that does not make sims wet, but instead forces them to dance on the spot. Vampires can trigger Eclipsing Fog, covering the world in mist that makes it easier for vampires to drink from and turn other sims. And werewolves can trigger Hunter's Storm, a snowstorm that spawns more collectibles on the ground and makes hunting them much easier. In The Sims 3 Pets, dogs can dig for collectibles using their hunting skill, but they can also find bone or statue fragments. If you collect 3 fragments of the same type, you can reconstruct them into a complete object. These include a stone hydrant, a diamond dog statue, a mini dinosaur fossil, and even a prehistoric sim skeleton. And also, just a quick reminder, if these videos have been very helpful for you, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because doing so really helps this channel a lot. Alright, let's move on to the list. With the World Adventures pack, mummies may appear from a sarcophagus when exploring advanced tombs in destination worlds. They will always fight the first sim they see, with the outcome depending on your athletic or martial arts skill. If you lose, there's a chance you'll be hexed with the Mummy's Curse, which lasts for 2 weeks. The curse can be removed in many ways, such as exploring the Sphinx and finding a soul piece statue in its tomb, receiving a kiss from the King Cobra from the Snake Charming basket, sleeping in the blessed sarcophagus of the kings, turning into a mummy yourself by sleeping in the cursed sarcophagus of the kings, using the Moodlet Manager reward item, traveling to the past with the Ambitions time machine, getting blessed by a unicorn, or receiving a sunlight charm from a witch. If the curse is not cured within 2 weeks, your sim will succumb to the mummy's curse and turn to dust, killing them instantly. Still in World Adventures, there's actually a way to get a playable mummy in your household. If you collect all 5 types of Egyptian canopic jars found while exploring Al-Simhara in Egypt, and you also have a sarcophagus at your home that you obtain from collecting its fragments from tombs, you can use the jars to summon a mummy from the sarcophagus and add them to your household. And yes, they walk insanely slow, but if you have a hoverboard from the Into the Future pack, it helps their mobility a lot. Yeah, it's not every day you see a mummy riding a futuristic hoverboard in The Sims. If you increase your athletic skill, it'll actually make your sim run faster compared to those with low or no athletic skill. When using a telescope, if you discover space objects like stars, planets, or galaxies, you can name them. However, if you name one after a specific sim using their full name, you can actually tell that sim you named a space object after them to impress them. Mastering a skill to level 10 isn't enough in The Sims 3, because each skill has its own challenges that Sims can complete, which you can see in the skill journal. And if you accomplish those challenges, you gain extra permanent benefits. Usually, it's things like your crafts selling for much more, higher quality results, faster crafting, or other unique perks related to that skill. There are also hidden traits in Sims 3 that are tied to certain NPCs, careers, and even destination worlds, but they don't appear in the trait panel unless you use mods. For example, firefighter NPCs or Sims in the firefighter profession have an immune to fire hidden trait. Sims who reach at least level 4 in the military career gain the can salute hidden trait. Criminal NPCs or Sims at level 7 or higher in the criminal career get the burglar hidden trait, which lets them sneak somewhere instead of walking. And Sims from Shangximla in China will also have a hidden trait where they bow when greeting others and eat using chopsticks. What's even cooler is that these hidden traits can be passed down to their children, so they unlock the same behavior. Additionally, the children of a firefighter may either have the aforementioned immune to fire hidden trait, or gain a unique one called Pyromaniac. This trait lets Sims briefly set nearby objects on fire, feel happy while on fire even though they can still die from it, transmogrify any fruit into flame fruit, and even gain a small energy boost after eating flame fruit. There's a special metal in the game called Woohooium. You can smelt it into an ingot, and when it's placed in a bedroom, it increases the chance of a sim accepting a woohoo. The ingot will also emit hearts whenever someone nearby is woohooing. There's a literal roller coaster you can create, which was a feature from the Sims 3 store. It's kind of a hassle to build since each piece has to be placed one by one and properly connected, but you can mix and match the parts freely. Once the track is finished, your sim can ride it with another sim using a single roller coaster cart. There are hills, loops, drops, and even a broken track. Sadly, it's an exclusive store content, and I'm pretty sure the store website won't last forever. But just like the Plants vs Zombies items, there are also other ways to get access to it, if you know what I mean. Also check out this video's description. In the Generations pack, there's this home video camera item that you can use to record any moments in your Sim's life and then store it into a disc. After that, you can play it on any TV to reminisce those recorded moments. Still in Generations, if you're too tired to take care of your child or teenager but still want them to be educated, you can enroll them in a boarding school. There are several types of schools to choose from, each with its own benefits. Once enrolled, your kid will leave the household and stop being playable, but you can still stay in contact with them through the phone. You can also choose to have them drop out at any time. While in boarding school, they will slowly learn certain skills based on the type of school they attend, and some negative traits may even be replaced with positive ones. You can also choose to keep your child enrolled when they age up into a teen. After graduating and aging up into an adult, they can start certain careers at level 2 depending on the boarding school they attended. Graduates also unlock unique interactions like throwing a peace sign if they attended the Peace and Love School or saluting if they went to the military school. Also in Generations, teen Sims can ask an older Sim to teach them how to drive. The adult Sim will accompany them as they drive slowly and messily at first, but after a while, they will improve and eventually be able to drive on their own. They even receive their own driver's certificate once they're fully trained. With the Sims 3 Showtime expansion pack, if you work as a singer, magician, or acrobat and are talented enough, you'll be able to have a gig and perform in this huge stadium. It may look like a rabbit hole at first, but there's actually a playable area inside it that will be filled with tons of Sims as the audience. But yeah, if you look closely, it's pretty clear that these are just fake background Sims, though it does make the show much livelier. There's also a small spot in front of the stage where real Sims can watch your show. Still in Showtime, since at certain levels of the magician profession can unlock an object called the Box of Danger as part of their stunts. There are two tricks they can perform with it, the Buried Alive trick and the Watery Grave trick. In the first trick, your Sim is trapped inside the box as it fills with what looks like liquid cement before escaping magically. The second works in a similar way, except the box fills with water instead. The scary part is that if you're not skilled enough, both tricks can fail and have fatal outcomes. Failing the Buried Alive trick will turn your Sim into a statue, killing them, while failing the Watery Grave trick will drown your Sim inside the box. What makes this even funnier is that if your Sim dies while performing on stage, their ghost will keep doing the show like nothing ever happened until it ends, and only then will the Grim Reaper finally show up to take their soul. Also in Showtime, you can obtain a dusty old lamp in several ways, rarely from exploring the mausoleum by traveling to another dimension using an upgraded dance sphere after a legendary stage performance, or by buying it from the Lifetime Reward store. Once wrapped, it will, you guessed it, summon a genie who grants 3 wishes as expected. Of course, you can choose any wish you want, but one of those wishes is to grant the genie freedom. If you accept it, you'll need to complete a few tasks, like putting the lamp into an oven and taking it to the mausoleum. Once finished, the genie will be freed and can join your household. Genies come with several magical abilities, including summoning food, cleaning the house instantly, and temporarily controlling Sims outside of your household. They can even have children and produce genie babies with similar abilities. The Sims 3 has a magical garden gnome called the Mysterious Mr. Gnome. When placed on your lot, each night he can teleport to different spots in various poses in the middle of the night, even as far as interacting with objects around the house. But if you have the Generations pack, having at least 2 of these gnomes will produce an actual baby Mysterious Mr. Gnome. The baby gnome will eventually grow up to child, teen, adult, aka the regular Mysterious Gnome, and finally elder. After some time, the other gnome will pass away, leaving a special gnome tombstone. In the Into the Future pack, you can buy a lotto ticket from the grocery store to get the chance to win some cash. However, you can also use the time portal to go to the future, go to the futuristic town hall and read past lotto results, and then go back to the present time and try to buy a lotto ticket again. This time, your chance of winning the cash prize will be substantially higher. The firefighter profession from the Ambitions pack has some really cool mechanics. Besides putting out house fires, you can break down doors to rescue Sims trapped inside, pick up trapped child Sims to evacuate them to a safer location, and even deal with an angry gnome invasion in someone's home. The coolest part is that while you're in this career, earthquakes can actually happen in your world now. These trigger emergencies across multiple lots at once, and you, as the firefighter, have to respond as quickly as possible even if you're not on the clock. This includes freeing Sims from the rubble, extinguishing fires, and stopping gas leaks from stoves. Still in the Ambitions pack, Sims who have reached a certain level in the sculpting skill will gain the ability to sculpt an ice sculpture of a specific Sim of your choice. Keep in mind that since this is made of ice, after some time the statue will melt. But once you've accomplished this particular skill challenge in the skill journal, your ice statue creations will never melt anymore. With the University Life pack, your Sim can learn the social networking skill through their smartphone or by blogging. Once you reach a certain level in the skill, you unlock 2 surprisingly overpowered features. The first is the Sim Finder app, which lets you invite a Sim that matches your selected gender, age, and traits to visit you. If no Sim like that exists in the world, the game will automatically generate a new one for you. The second is the Relationship Transmogrifier, which allows you to change the relationship between 2 Sims you know, turning them into friends, lovers, strangers, or even enemies in an instant. Still in University Life, your Sim can organize a scheduled protest using a megaphone or a podium. You can choose the location and the topic you want to protest, and the 3 start topics can actually affect the entire world if the protest succeeds. For example, if you successfully protest for low wages, all employed Sims in the world will permanently receive a raise to their hourly pay. So those are 40 features in Sim 3 that I find pretty cool and some of you may not know. So what do you think of these features? Do you know any other mind-blowing or exciting features in The Sims 3? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope that you find this video enjoyable, and if you like this kind of video and want more in the future, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you later!